welcome to all. Good evening and good night, wherever you are watching this webinar. I'm going to give just some short methodological notes for the session today. First of all, we have interpretation. On une interprétation en français, espagnol et anglais. Vous avez l'option de sélectionner votre interprétation dans le petit bouton en bas qui a un petit globe du monde. Vous pouvez séleccionner le français. Tenemos traducción al español. Pueden ustedes cambiar el idioma clicando en el pequeño mundito que tienen ustedes abajo de su pantalla y dejando la opción para español durante todo el webinar de hoy. We also have the option to introduce yourselves through the chat. Please use that space to make questions, to present, to introduce yourself, and also to share any kind of resources like links, materials that you think may be of interest for this group. And finally, just to give you the notice that we are recording, this webinar is not broadcasted live, but we will edit it and then it will be available in our YouTube channel that my colleague is going to share with you through the chat. So welcome to all and thanks for being with us today. I'm Diana Lopez. I'm the advisor on cities and local governments at UNDP, United Nations Development Program in New York in the United States. And we have devised this session called SDG Local Solution to identify how cities and local governments are making Agenda 2030 a reality and how through specific solutions and specific programs they are advancing on the Sustainable Development Goals. Today we are very proud to present the experience of Rourkela about how the city of Rourkela in India has been empowering women and reducing food waste thanks to the Cold Rooms project that we are very proud to have been supporting from UNDP side for the past 3 years now. So we have an exciting group of colleagues today with us, very committed to the cause of empowering women, reducing waste, and also produce better services and better quality of food for local residents. We have with us our moderator for today, Angela Muai. She's the Chief of Human Rights and Social Inclusion Unit at UN Habitat in Nairobi. UN Habitat is the United Nations Program for Human Settlements, and it's also the agency for cities. So thank you very much for being with us today. She has been working on gender issues and empowering women all around the world for many, many years. And thank you very much for being with us today. And then we have two speakers from Rourkela in India. We have with us Roma Sahu. She's the City Mission Manager at the Rourkela Municipal Corporation, so the local government running the city of Rourkela. Thanks for being with us, Roma. And we also have our colleague, Bewin Tom, who is the project supervisor of the Rourkela Global Mayors Challenge, who has been supporting the project for the past 3 years. The Rourkela program is also part of the Global Mayors Challenge winners of the edition on 2021, which has allowed UNDP to support the city over these 3 years. And we have really seen excellent results. So that's why we wanted to do this webinar, to collect what you have done. We have also prepared these guidelines where we have narrated a bit from the external point of view what you have been doing with a lot of work for the past 3 years. And we want to also leave this témoignage, so this webinar as collecting what happened in Rourkela, because you know how it works. We work very hard in projects, then we pass to the next project and we forget to tell the story about what happened in Rourkela over the past 3 years and communicate the results. So this is the objective of this webinar today. And we are really looking forward to listen to you. So I leave the floor to the moderator, Angela, and thank you all and have a good webinar. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody who's joining us today from around the world. Let me start by thanking UNDP for inviting me, and especially my friend Diana Lopez and the organizers of the SDG Local Solutions for convening this very important dialogue. It's a pleasure to be here with colleagues and practitioners who are demonstrating what is possible when local innovation meets inclusive development. Local solutions are always the sustainable solutions. I am Angela Mwai, and I am the Chief of Human Rights and Social Inclusion Unit at UN Habitat, which you may be aware is a focal point for all matters urbanization and human settlements within the UN system. And our particular focus going forward will be housing, land, and basic services. UN Habitat also serves as the permanent co-chair to the Secretariat of the Local 2030 Coalition, which is a UN-wide initiative focused on supporting local and regional governments, along with other stakeholders, to achieve the SDGs. So allow me to just make a few comments. Local action is crucial for achieving sustainable development goals. And when communities and cities are empowered, global goals are transformed into personal missions and successes. Furthermore, collective action from the margins offer national governments and international community a unique lens on the drivers, conditions, and regulatory vacuums that communities face. And these are their lived realities. Globally, women experience food security at higher rates than men, and gender inequalities within food systems significantly impact overall food security outcomes. These disparities are even more pronounced for certain marginalized and intersectional groups, such as displaced persons, refugees, migrants, older persons, and people with disabilities. And the reason I highlight this is because that's what I look at in UN Habitat, the issues related to these marginalized groups. And similarly, cities face significant challenges managing food waste due to urbanization, inefficient supply chains, and changing consumption patterns. Accordingly, innovation and technological advancements are increasingly ensuring access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food for all, and mitigating the impacts of climate change. By addressing gender inequality within food systems and providing access to resources and technologies, such as what we shall discuss today, gender-responsive innovation leads to increased productivity, improved livelihoods, and enhanced food security for women in the communities, and most of all, sustainability. At UN Habitat, and allow me to speak about my agency for now, through our work with local authorities, community partners, we support initiatives that foster urban resilience, enhance gender equality, and livelihood creation, especially for women, girls, and marginalized groups. For UN Habitat, innovation means embracing new ideas, up-to-date means and fresh approaches to our work, and most of all, even collaboration with our sister UN agencies and with partners. It's based on horizontal and collaborative working practices that consider a diverse range of views in the context at which the innovation is taking place. For example, allow me to give you a couple of examples. Through the People-Centered Smart Cities program in UN Habitat, we support national and local governments in the development of skills and capacity to establish, procure, and effectively use innovation in an inclusive and sustainable way. Another example is that we work on improving waste management in urban areas through initiatives such as the Waste-Wise Cities campaign, and we've created the Waste-Wise Cities tool, and you may want to Google that later. These programs focus on sharing knowledge, data collection, and providing support for project finance, ultimately promoting a circular economy and sustainable waste management practices. UN Habitat also promotes secure land tenure through the Global Land Tool Network as fundamental for accessing adequate housing, food security, and livelihoods. In collaboration with FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, we have also issued policy documents emphasizing the need to protect land rights, especially for marginalized groups, to ensure sustainable agri-food systems. Our programs and projects, from resilience to inclusive cities to sustainable urban recovery and social inclusion, demonstrate that when communities are the co-creators of change, the results are not only sustainable, but more equitable. So on behalf of UNDP and our partners, I'm very happy to welcome you to this SDG Local Solutions sessions, focusing on empowering women and reducing food waste through the Cold Room Project in Rourkela, India. This session today is particularly exciting because it showcases how cities can lead the way in delivering tangible local solutions to achieve global goals. So let me now call on our first speaker, Roma Sahu, who is the City Mission Manager, as mentioned by Diana, at the Rourkela Municipal Corporation. Roma has been at the forefront of driving inclusive urban livelihoods and will share how this project fits within Rourkela's broader development vision. Thank you. Over to you.
I am Ruma South, City Mission Manager at Rourkela Municipal Corporation. I take care of project on women livelihood. Second slide, please. Yeah, as you all know, Rourkela is an urban city in the state of Odisha. It's actually in eastern part of India. We have a population around 6.92, which around 50% are women. So, slide number 3. Yeah, as I said, 50% of our population is women, and because of the social background of women, they don't work generally. So they usually take care of their family, their children, their parents, all the things. And that 50% of the productive population is not entering the job side also. They're not doing any job in the market. That is the main big issue in our Rourkela. And also the education, the opportunity are not much more in Rourkela compared to other cities. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, so many, we actually interact with so many SHG, so many women. Uh, uh, when we discuss with them, we discuss with them and we know what actually they need, they want, what they need actually. City itself has its own certain profession where people don't work actually, but they don't get enough opportunity, and also money is a big issues for them. So we combine all these problems, we came up with some solution. Why, like, how we'll train them, how we'll handhold them, and give some productive things with government of with local government, with discuss with government. Then please slide. It has solution. What we have done actually, we did a market research. Okay, what actually the ladies need actually. So we formed a group of 10 to 12 women come together. They gave up the group and officially constituted. Means it is SHG, self-help group. We call them self-help group. This actually, this mission, this is like livelihood mission from National Urban Livelihood Mission. Through National Urban Livelihood Mission, we create a group like 10 to 12 member, and officially we constitute it. Local government give itself a capital fund to do what they wish to do, means for the loan purpose and all the things. We look at their skill set and provide certain training also. They need actually, sometimes they need training, because we all need training for our betterment. So for certain professional like fast moving consumer goods such as snacks, pickles and other goods. So they themselves actually uh, they themselves actually set up a unity, get the loan from the bank and make money. Three important things are here. Women are taught financial literacy on how to maintain accounts, how to approach banks, skill-based training also. Right now, around 3,000 SHG working in Rourkela. I will give some examples. Example like, can you move the slide? Yes. This is the one project in Rourkela supported by UNDP and Global Mayors Challenge. Here we have a solar cold room project operated by women SSG groups. Women are provided training on how to run the business. Now they are profitable. So from 10 member, all the 10 members are working. Before they were on their house. Now they are working and they are making some money. So it will help for their family and their financial income also. Next slide, please. Huh. This is one another project. This is Mission Shakti Cafe project. This is a scheme under Odisha government called Mission Shakti Cafe. This is why the name is Mission Shakti Cafe. Here again, training was provided to all the members how to cook hygienically, how to keep the accounts on. City invested in the infrastructure, and the women can take the profit from the running this business. These women are earn around 20 to 25,000 monthly income. Their income is actually higher now. So next slide, please. Huh. This is the main things where what SSG are doing. Waste management service provided by the city. Again, here also the women's groups are employed. They are they get they run the waste recovery and micro composting plant. We also give them the training and all the facilities what they need actually in a composting center. We have gave them all the trainings on all the things. So now they are working in a high profitable manner. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is also same composting project. Women are trained and sell the organic manure using the forward linkage. They good price and women profit it out. So these things are so many SSG are engaged here and they are doing all the business and they're making some money. Yeah, next slide please. Yeah, this is we called actually Ahar Kitchen. In Odisha, there is an Odisha government project there. We are providing meal to vulnerable groups in a very low cost. That rice, dalma, and achar with a 5 rupees meal. So all vulnerable groups are coming and eat properly. So this is actually private business. We have a Ahar kitchen. Women are cooking there and food, cooking the food and sell it. Right. Next project. Yeah. In this slide, you can see in a lady in blue jacket. She is a Jalasati. She is collecting water tax. This is the also Odisha government project. So here you can see people are selling mangoes. People are working in Aha. People are making some private processing food also they are doing in their home. Also, so many SSG are engaged in a factory. So like this, they are doing. Next slide, please. Yeah, here you can say so many SSGs are engaged in parks, maintaining the CTPT, the community toilet, and maintaining the parks also. And here in first picture, you can see one Swachha Sati, those who are collecting user free for RMC. So many ladies, so many women are involved in this way. Next, ladies. Yeah. Now, what is the output and lesson? What actually we have learned? Cities have now 30,000 plus women members. So, reaching out 30,000 women members, which is like 3,000 SSG groups are here. Now they are doing better income. They are doing own business. They are not sitting inside the house. They are now outside. They are doing something for their family, for their children, all the things. Once women are better income, it's better for the family, as they will use it this important things such as child education, medical expenses, and save it for future also. We are saying in Odisha, for all ladies, we are saying they are the Lakshmi of our house. So cities continuously try to engage all the women throughout local government. We are very positive feedback of generating economic opportunity for women through women self-help groups and like this, and improve their also improve their social status also. And you can see in 30,000 members, women members, everyone's income is like 6,000 around. So now Rourkela SSG groups are more, we can say, talented. They know how to grow their business and all the things. Now that's all the things from our side. Thank you so much.
You've covered so many items. I was writing down here. It's just amazing how this one project has opened up so many doors to engage women and to empower them. What I like best is the fact that you have the self-help groups. This, the power of the collective for women, the solidarity, that's what works. And that's what sustains better life for families. And you're absolutely right. When a woman has money, the family has money. I won't talk about when the men have money, where that money goes, you don't have any control. It's very interesting that this project has helped to open up other activities as well. You've mentioned the water tax collection, waste management collection. The cold room itself is a way to store their goods so that there's less waste at the end of the market day. But also having home delivery is very important and I think very impressive because not everybody can come to the market. There are older people, there are pregnant women, there are women with sick people. Women are the ones who do most of the work of the care at home. And so home delivery is so important and I'm really impressed. And then the one that really impresses me is the pickle business. Why? Because what you're doing is adding value to a raw thing so that it's more sustainable. I'd be interested to know about your training. Do you charge for the training? You talked about training on how to pickle, training for salon, hair salon, and training for tailoring and other things. And then the second question I have for you is about the loans. I didn't tell you this, but in my previous life, I was a banker for almost 13 years before I joined the UN. And I realized that financial literacy, which you talked about, is very important. And I would like to know how responsive the banks are to give loans. Do they need to be secured or are they based on the group? And what are the normal kind of periods of the loan are? And what's the default rate? Do the women pay or do the women fail to pay? Just a couple of quick questions. Thank you, Roma.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, the second question I want to answer first, about that loan. Yeah, it's actually government have fixed for all women, on a group. A group can take a loan up to 20 lakh from a bank. So in the period of 7 years. Okay. So it's an interest free loan, but they can get the interest submission for that. Okay, so in the I can say in a 3000 of the SSG, we have listed more about 250 SSG are default now. Is the result now 250? Why they are default? Because they have taken the loan, and the SSG actually members are not that much uh, that not that much good. They have not repay that payment because of their business was not that much good. So what we actually do, 250 SSG, we call all the SSG in a batch. We have seated all the SSG with the bankers, and we need actually what actually how to grow their business, what the exactly how, what are the things they need, they need help from RMC and bankers, how they will what are the how they will repay that loan. So we have actually already done so many sessions on that particular repayment. So we now we can see actually already 50% have SSG are already matter paying. So we have already discussed with bank. They have actually charged means the EMI, if the EMI was 13,000, now they are paying half. The term, if the term loan is 7,000 7 years, so we have decided ki we can give some time. We have already given the take the year from government also ki SSG our business is not growing that much, so we can we give some time ki to repay that loan. So now bankers also helping us, RMC and SSG also, for the repayment things. Now things are little bit, yeah, but now handling all the SHG in their way. And about the training, yes, we have that agency, some agency are there, but we are not charging any yet to SHG. We're not taking any money from the SHG. It's actually our, from our revenue we are paying that agency and get the training to all the SHG. And
Mm.
also there is one foundation recently added in the RMC, Lighthouse Foundation. We have also give the training, like now we are planning to give the training to mm, single mothers. So the same beauty parlor, then the tailoring, all the things. So we are not charging anything for that.
Okay. Two more small questions. You talked about part of the activities being supply, maintaining of infrastructure and what I would call public spaces. So you talked about the toilets and sweeping of the streets. Who pays for that? And then my last question is, what age group of women are you working with? Do you have young mothers, middle-aged and older women all through, or who are the biggest number?
Actually, you have said that 18 to 60 years lady can
Oh,
work, who can involve in the SHG also. There is one yes there, ki, whose age group is 18 to 16, they can involve in a SHG, otherwise we can't involve. And for that repayment, for that waste management and Jalasati, government is directly paying. Government is giving to RMC, RMC is paying on that work basis. So all
okay.
these things are government is doing.
The reason I asked about the age group is because we like to see some succession planning so that it's not only the older ladies who are there and then you don't have young people to take over the mantle, because we are very interested in leadership development and governance issues. So maybe you can just have a comment about how you are preparing the younger ladies to be able to start taking on the leadership when the older ladies retire or they decide to move aside. What are you doing about that?
See, I can say in a group of 10 members, that is 70% are BPL list. It's like ration card holders, like in India actually. They're poor background. Okay. From that 70%, we are actually fixed who will be the president, who will be the secretary, who will be the treasurer. So, every times we fix the treasurer whose age is more than 35, and the president it's like 25 to 30, and secretary also same, because in president secretary they have to run to bank, they have to run to RMC for any things. Yeah, and the for treasurer they have to sit in a place, and they have to route, they have to maintaining their cash book, all the things they are maintaining. So it's actually we have decided, RMC is decided with which is category we have fixed in which designation. So that's how we are working.
Fantastic. I see there are some questions in the group, so I'll hand over to Melissa to manage the questions in the chat. Thank you.
Maybe, Angela, we can leave the questions at the end after the presentation of Erwin.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank
we'll
you.
do that. And thank you so much, Roma. This is a fantastic presentation that you have made, and I'm very proud of the work that you are doing there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So for next, we shall hear from Berwin Tom as a project supervisor at UNDP India, and he'll take us through the Rourkela Cold Room Project guidelines, providing insights into the technical design, institutional model, and lessons learned. And I think lessons learned is always so important, so that we don't have to keep doing things anew. We learn from you. So Berwin, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. So I would like to welcome you all to the Rourkela Cold Room Project presentation. Here we delve deeper into how we did this project. We learned from my colleague, Ms. Roma, about how the self-help group works and how RMC is supporting these women. And Rourkela Cold Room Project is one of the good example of how Rourkela Municipal Corporation is empowering women. And yeah. Yeah, thank you. So in this slide, on the right side, we can see a picture of a woman. She's a farmer and a vendor. So every day, this lady comes to the market to sell her vegetables. So she travels around 10 to 15 kilometers to reach the market, and she sits there whole day to sell her vegetables. But by the end of the day, this woman is forced to sell her produce at a lower rate, and we call it distress selling. And she has to do it because she does not have a refrigerated space to store her vegetables for tomorrow. So what she does is that she sells off a vegetable, whatever is left, because she doesn't want to sell degraded vegetables next day, because most of the vegetables have just 3 to 5 days of shelf life, and after that it gets wasted. And next slide. To solve this problem, the Rourkela Municipal Corporation, along with Global Mass Challenge and UNDP, set up this solar-powered cold rooms. And these cold rooms are operated by trained self-help group members. So our first action is that farmers and vendors come to this cold room with their vegetables, and they keep it maybe for a day, maybe for a week, or some keep it for months. And the women group charges a user fee, a very minimal user fee from them. That's the first income source for the women group. And we did not stop this project just with the cold room. One challenge was that the cold rooms are seasonal. The inflow of vegetables are seasonal. Sometimes during rainy season, the vegetables are not grown much. Sometimes during summer, they are not grown much. So to maintain income or to provide financial sustainability for the women operators, we diversified the income. So what these women do is that the women act as aggregators. They collect vegetables from the farmers and vendors, and then they sell it to bulk institutions like hotels, canteens, restaurants, and so on, with help of an electric rickshaw. They also do home delivery of vegetables to senior citizens or people who doesn't have time to come to market to buy vegetables. And we also have a grocery shop, organic grocery shop, next to the cold room itself. So that space acts as an office for them and also as a shop where they sell organic grocery items like organic rice, spices, millets, and so on, so that citizens also have healthy food options. Next slide. So let me now tell you like how we did this project. Our first step was to conduct a feasibility study. So our team went to around 13 markets are there in the Rourkela. To each market, they studied the market. They looked at the number of farmers and vendors sitting there, the amount of vegetable that's getting transacted. Then we looked at the infrastructure available, whether power is available, space is available, water is available. And with that, we made a matrix, or we made a ranking of different markets, and we selected 5 best markets which needed a cold room. Once that was finalized, we did a pilot cold room project, and that was very useful in our case. So we did a pilot project with full scale, like all the services included. Like the capacity was 30 metric ton. It was solar powered. We had electric rickshaw and everything in place. And that helped us to test the model, whether things were working properly, whether operations are being done as we planned. And by doing the pilot project, we were able to learn a lot of things like what are the challenges. Few challenges were regarding the power infrastructure. During the feasibility study, we found that there were power lines, but during the execution, we found that the power line capacity was not enough. We had to set up new transformer, a new power line had to be built. So it took time and money. And then we had bought electric rickshaw, but while operating only, we got to know that the maintenance cost of that particular model was very high. And with these learnings, where we included in during the scaling up of the project. Next slide. So the phase 2 was training and capacity building. Training and capacity building is very important, and that's something which is unique to this cold room project when we compare to other cold room projects that's been implemented in India. Because usually what they do is that they provide infrastructure, the cold room, and then the whoever provided it leaves the project. They are left behind. And within a month or 2 months, they face some kind of maintenance issue or power issue, and the project is abandoned. That's what we have seen when we traveled across different villages. So in our case, we provided them at first a theoretical training on technical, operational, and financial aspects. And we did not stop in theoretical, because theoretical training is not just enough, because the challenges which they are going to face once they operate the project are different. So we provided on the job training, a mentoring support. So each cold room, we provided them with a mentor who was with them during the initial phase. So whenever they faced a challenge, they would go to the mentor, and once the mentor would come back to the project supervisor, the RMC team, and we tried to solve those challenges. And with this, the women gained hands-on experience, and they were able to cope up the challenges. And also, we provided them with 18 months of financial incentive for the initial period, because we do not want the women to, worry about making money during the first phase, because and to overcome that challenge, we provided them financial incentive so that they can learn by making mistake and they don't have to worry. They can take risk. And that's how right now, if I say, that's how our projects have become a success, because women took risk. They went into uncharted waters, and they made new businesses, and they flourished. Third slide. Next slide. So in the third phase, we scaled up the project. From the learnings from the pilot, we scaled up to the next 4 cold rooms, and they were constructed and operationalized. And as I told earlier, financial sustainability is a very important piece of this project. And we did that by reducing the operational expenses. One thing is through solar power. With solar power, we reduce the power cost for the project. And we also set up a maintenance agreement with the manufacturers so that whenever there are some maintenance issue, they are quick to act and repair the cold room and and other infrastructure, and it does not become a burden for the women to operate it. And multiple income streams, as I told before, to overcome the seasonal fluctuation of the cold room usage, we diversify their income, which is actually helping them to stand financially independent. Next slide. So when we talk about the project beneficiaries, the main beneficiaries are the farmers and vendors, because by keeping the vegetables, they are able to increase the shelf life, they're able to reduce their distress selling. And the women group, yeah, their income have increased, and their societal the view how the society used to treat and look at them have changed. And also the citizens of Rourkela, with the help of home delivery and the bulk institution delivery, we are reaching out to a large part of the city. Next slide. So when we look at the main qualitative impact of the project, first and foremost is the economic independence. Before, these women were working on making snacks and small projects. Now they have come at the forefront of the society. They're doing a project which is having so much attention, so much. The society is coming to, the people are coming to the bazaar, to the cold room. So they are daily interacting with them, and their societal status have got increased. When we talk about economic independence, the women are gaining a good income from this project, and they are able to stand on their own feet. As I told before, their skills have changed. Before, these women were just concentrating on just household activities. Now they have learned how to use computers, how to take care of accounts, how to run a business, how to manage their team, how to allocate the work, and so on. And we also see gender inclusion coming at the forefront. They are dealing with different institutions, as I told, like hotels. They are now confident to go to banks. They are now confident to meet different people and different stakeholders and talk about their business and engage in collaborations. When we talk about farmers, first and foremost, it's the income stabilization. Why income stabilization? Farmers face a lot of price crashes. For example, if it is tomato, when tomato is grown and the harvest season happens, the demand is more and the supply is less. And because of that, the price falls down. If the price was like 30 rupees per kg of tomato, it comes down to 5 or even 2 rupees. And that's a big shock for the farmer. And it's a big problem for the farmers in India. With the cold room, the farmers, they have an option right now. They don't need to sell it. They don't have to worry that the tomato will get rotten in few days. So they store their tomatoes or cauliflower in the cold room they can store up to a month. And during that period, the price come back to normal, and then they are able to fetch a higher price for their produce. Market inclusion, because of the cold room project, where the women are aggregating the vegetables from different small farmers, they are now having a bigger market right now and a better bargaining power. They are reaching out to more customers. Before, they were forced to sell their produce to a middleman, and they give a very low price for the producers. So with the project, they're able to fetch a better price. And as we saw in the first example, they have reduced the distress selling. They don't have to sell up their produce by the end of the day. They have a cold room where they can store it for the next day, or they can store it for a week without uh, uh, degrading or without wasting their vegetables. Next slide. So when we talk about quantitative impact, within this project, around 30 women are being part of this project, and they are getting financially benefited, and their skill set have improved. When we talk about the income they generate, we have got 5 cold rooms, and each of them are earning different income based on their uh, type of market they are operating. So it changes from around 500 US dollar to 1,000 US dollar in a month. So when we talk about the total business they have done, around $276,000 of revenue they have generated in the past, since the project started in July 2023. And when we talk about farmers, farmers are using this project, using the cold room around 24,000 times. They have come and used the cold room for keeping their vegetables. And when we talk about the reduction in the wastage, we did quantitative survey with the cold room users, and we found that around 31% of the food wastage got reduced. And when we looked at the past data, around 1.69 million kilograms of vegetables had been checked into the cold storage for storage. Last slide. And when we talk about the challenges and the lessons learned, first and foremost, it is the social and cultural resistance. As talked earlier by my colleague, the women doesn't come at the forefront of the society. They are not allowed to work because of the societal pressure. But here we see that with these projects, which my colleague had explained, and with the Rourkela Cold Room project, we see that the women are coming at the forefront, breaking the social and cultural barrier. They're at the front of the market, breaking the social barrier, and doing collaboration and business with different business entities. Another challenge which we found is the time poverty. Since the women are who responsible for taking care of their family, we see a time poverty in them. They need to take care of the kids and the family and the elderly in the family, and also they need to take care of the project. So they are being a bit stretched, but our women are being able to manage and successfully manage both. As I told before, we found some infrastructure gaps like the power and the electric rickshaw. So doing a pilot project and also a detailed feasibility study would help, to sort out these problems earlier itself before scaling up. And ensuring sustainability is very important because unless when we design the project, we take care of the financial sustainability. And once the project support period is over, the project will fail and they will not be able to continue it. Next slide. So these are some stories where how the project benefited different parties. Like the first person is a farmer. His name is Savna Mahatta. And when we talked with him, how it benefited was like, he's telling that he does not have to carry his vegetables which are not sold back to his village, where he had to pay transportation cost to it. Now he has a cold room, he can store it and keep it fresh for the next market. And second is a vendor, and he is telling that before his carrot used to get wasted in 5 days. Now he has a cold room and he can his the storage life increased up to 30 days. And last, we have the women who are operating the cold room, and their income have increased, and they are making around $1,000 to $500 a month. So this is the end of our presentation, and looking forward to answer your queries. And this project is currently being replicated in across the state of Odisha with help of Global Mass Challenge and the Idea Exchange program. And it's being replicated in different parts of the world, also in Africa. People have come up and learning about the project, and they're looking forward to replicate it. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Bewin. And what a wonderful story you have given there about the transformation from 3-4 days to 30 days, extending the shelf life of their produce. You've brought a very important concept called distress selling. We know about it. We know how our markets always, if you have nowhere to store and nowhere to sell, that's the waste. It's usually a waste. In fact, in Africa, many of the times, the animals come and eat the food waste, which is not the plan. When the farmer has put so much money, the cows come and eat there. So distress selling is really a real loss for everybody. And I like the fact that the women are the aggregators, to sell to the hotels, to the restaurants, and to do the home delivery. That and you talked about a small grocery shop also at the cold room, because I think when the women are involved in those exercises, they are also able to earn their own income as well, and to know what is available when. And crops are seasonal. So maybe they'll be able to go and tell the hotels, oh, there's an influx of, say, a certain vegetable or a certain, goods. Would you be interested? And they can even get orders in advance. And then I like the financial incentive where you gave like what we call a repayment holiday, so that people are not worried about returning the loan immediately. You give them time. Because before people get used to a particular way of doing things, they need time, and they don't need to be stressed to know that they have to pay out the money immediately. And most of all, I think the economic independence and the societal status. Many and historically, women have been suppressed. And so societal status, dignity, it's so important, because everybody needs to be able to live life with dignity. So I think this particular project for me is a total win-win for everybody. I see we have very little time left, Melissa, and we have a couple of questions in the group chat. So thank you, Bewin. Thank you so much for your presentation. Over to you, Melissa, for some questions.
Angela, do you want me to read the questions?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. So we have 3 questions for Roma and 2 questions for Bewin. Maybe I can read all of them, and then they can pick one
Yes.
or 2,
Yes.
those that they prefer. So for Roma is how these self-help groups members split their earnings fairly within the group. The second is how this model and this experience can be used in other parts of India. If you have shared with other cities, and if you can tell us about that. The last question is to Bewin, is after the salary stop for women, who pays for the maintenance and the staff? And the second is if you can share this experience to other cities or other countries, what would your recommendation, and if you would change anything from this experience? You can pick one because we have less time and answer. And I give you the floor, Angela, to continue the moderation.
Yeah, regarding that, fairly split the earning fairly. Yes, actually, we have that mutual agreement in for the SSG groups. We have the mutual agreement. If the members 5 members are working in a pickle business, they are giving 10,000 rupees, means 50, if they are giving 10,000, and in the month, in the last month, their business is like, if their earning is 10,000, so they can split in between them. So it's fair, and from our side, from RNC side, one representative is there who is always with them and doing the cash flow and all the things very fairly. So it's like that. And yes, uh, all the models, so many models are taken care by other governments also. From Tamil Nadu also, for Kerala also, they're taking at the Jalosati things, their waste management things, and the park maintenance also. So yes, we are doing that. Yeah. And the last question is the loans.
If
So
this was inclusive for all people with no difference of religion.
yeah, we don't discriminate with any. We are human beings. So loans also we are giving fairly to every members. So here in three, if I'm saying 3,000 SSG members are there, more than 500 SSG are Muslims. So we are humans and we are working with all the gender, yeah, no discrimination. Thank you.
And coming to my questions, the first question was regarding like what will happen after this salary period is over. So what the income which I've shown during the slide, like $500 to $1,000 a month, is the income, is a profit which the women are making, and that is sufficient for the operational expenses of the project. And and regarding like if some and also we have a 5-year maintenance agreement with the manufacturer, so first 5-year period is covered, and after that the Rourkela Municipal Corporation have agreed that they will take care of any expenses which would come to repair it. So in a way, so I would divide like the operational expenses are covered by the profit uh, women are making. And if we want to replicate this project, and what I would like to change, the multiple income streams, which I've told, that changes according to the place where they are setting up the cold storage. Some other project might be, some other business would be more profitable there as a secondary income source. It may not be the aggregation of vegetables. It depends upon place to place. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. We're just going to close very quickly. I just want to highlight 3 things. I think this project is a win-win, both for the community and for the municipality. There's income for the families, but there's also income for the municipality, which is very important. Secondly, time. Time is invaluable. So when the farmers get time to be able to sell their products, or the women are able to reduce their time poverty, it's a win-win for everybody. Families thrive, families live with dignity, children's health is improved, and everything around that, the education, the building of the skills, the capacity building is very, very important. Autonomy, especially for women, being able to stand up and say this, I have something for myself. I think this is a very, very excellent outcome of this particular project. And I think that it's something that should be replicated all over the world. Financial independence of a family or a person means that the family is able to stand, to be strong, to have, better facilities for themselves. In the municipality, they're able to enjoy the public space and enjoy really the well-being, the feeling of well-being, and enjoying their right to the city, actually. So this has been a very important project that has opened up direct and indirect benefits. And I want to congratulate this project because it has very, very many benefits for both the municipalities, for the families, for the individuals, even for the banks. It's everybody. It's good for everybody. So congratulations, Rourkela. Thank you, Roma. Thank you, Berwin. Thank you for your wonderful stories, the importance of storytelling. you know, people just do wonderful things and nobody knows. This is an excellent forum. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and sharing your experiences. Melissa and Diana, thank you so much. And I'm going to close this webinar now. Please see, you are able to see the webinar. I think you gave a site, sdglocalaction.org//webinars. Thank you so much and goodbye.